On November 8th, we're experiencing a blood moon eclipse, which occurs when we have a total full moon eclipse. The totality of the eclipse causes the moon to take on a reddish hue, hence the name blood moon. Blood moon eclipses signify endings and can close a door somewhere in our lives. This closed door may seem hard to navigate, but eventually this closed door can lead us to a higher path, even if it doesn't seem that way at first. Falling in the sign of Taurus, this blood moon eclipse may stir themes related to money and relationships, or the two may even be intertwined. What is immediately apparent in looking at this chart is the opposition between the Sun and the Moon. Normally, this would indicate a full moon chart, but since the lunar nodes are close to the luminaries, this is actually the chart of a full lunar eclipse. There are two types of eclipses, lunar and solar. An eclipse caused by an opposition between the Sun and the Moon is a lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse, which is occurring at 6:02 a.m. on the east coast of the United States. The Sun is at 16 degrees 1 minute of Scorpio, while the Moon is at 16 degrees 1 minute of Taurus. This eclipse will most significantly affect people born with personal planets and points at approximately 12 to 20 degrees of the fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The full moon is a time of culmination and the promise of fulfillment that was started at the new moon. It is an emotional time, a time of romance, fertilization, and relationships. As the conjunction at the new moon creates new beginnings, the opposition at the full moon is synonymous with closure and endings. With the lunar nodes adding a karmic nature to the picture, lunar eclipses bring fated endings, breakdowns, or breakthroughs. To further increase the energies of this eclipse, there is a stellium of planets in Scorpio conjunct the Sun, opposing a strong conjunction between the Moon and Uranus. It is a busy eclipse with Mercury, Venus, Uranus, the Moon's nodes, and Saturn closely involved. Let's look at those energies a bit more deeply. For people living on the East Coast, the Sun in Scorpio is in the first house and is conjunct Mercury, Venus in the South Node. The nature of Scorpio energy is secretive, intense, powerful, and controlling. Mercury in Scorpio is conjunct the Sun within 11 minutes. So Mercury is cazimi, which means in the heart of the Sun. Since Mercury moves quickly, you can briefly gain new clarity and see things from a new perspective. The eclipse energy will help unlock a higher truth. Since communications can become intense, be sure you are speaking and communicating your truth under this energy. Venus in Scorpio will sharpen your focus on what you value in life, and the South Node represents karmic actions from the past. With this planetary stellium, it's all about you. The Moon in Taurus is conjunct Uranus in the North Node. The Moon represents your emotions. Taurus energy is practical, avoids change, is reliable, and seeks security. The Moon is exalted in Taurus, which gives it more strength. Uranus represents change, erratic actions, and upheavals, while the North Node represents present karmic actions. The seventh house represents your partners in life. The full moon energies focus on the balance between you and your intimate relationships. With all the dynamic energies involved in this eclipse, it's best to sit with any revelations, especially about relationships, for a while before acting. Saturn in Aquarius in the fourth house is forming a T-square with the luminaries, Mercury, Venus, and Uranus. A T-square takes place when two planets form an opposition. Then a third planet comes along and forms a 90-degree square with both of these planets, creating a challenge amongst the three. A T-square can only take place when the three zodiac signs involved are in the same quality, either cardinal, fixed, or mutable. In this case, it's a fixed T-square, which means stubbornness and inflexibility will be the hurdle you need to overcome. Even though a T-square involves at least three planets, there will always be one planet of focus amidst this battle of wills. This is the planet that's experiencing the most pressure in this T-square and provides resolution to the issues at hand. Here, Saturn acts as the focal planet for the eclipse. Saturn represents structure and organization, and in the fixed sign of Aquarius requires disciplined actions. The fourth house deals with domestic issues involving your home environment. While the planetary actions of the eclipse could disrupt your home life, Saturn recommends structured, disciplined actions to not jump into any dramatic changes during this volatile period. Neptune in Pisces in the 5th house is trine Venus in Scorpio in the 1st house, and square Mars in Gemini in the 8th house. There is a romantic feel to the trine between Neptune in Pisces and Venus in Scorpio. Both planets being in emotional water signs certainly enhance those feelings. After all, the 5th house is about pleasure and romance. So the planet of illusion, Neptune, will happily create that vision. It will be supported by Venus in the 1st house, which is all about being loved and valued. Countering these energies will be a calculating Mars in the 8th house, much more focused on the physical aspects of the relationship than the emotional ones. Will these feelings be sustained, or will the illusion dissolve as the aspects change? The lunar eclipse on November 8th will most significantly affect people born with personal planets and points at approximately 12 to 20 degrees of the fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. As the conjunction at the new moon creates new beginnings, the opposition at the full moon is synonymous with closures and endings. With the lunar nodes adding a karmic nature to the picture, lunar eclipses bring fated endings, breakdowns, or breakthroughs. The full moon energies of the eclipse will focus on the balance between you and your intimate relationships. With all the dynamic energies involved in this eclipse, it's best to sit with any revelations, especially about relationships, for a while before acting. The romantic feelings brought on by the trine of Neptune and Venus in water signs may create an illusion of a deeper relationship. Countering this is the calculating energy of Mars that may be more focused on a physical relationship. The illusion may dissolve as the aspects change, so the outcome of any relationship started at this point may be short-lived. Remember that old saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. Thank you for watching. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and click the notify bell icon so you'll know when new videos come out. If you enjoyed the video, please click on the thumbs up icon.